Hello everyone, welcome back to Tall Tales Custom Tackles. Gonna do a little video here. Let me turn my ringer off. People are blowing me up. Anyway, I got about 25 minutes before I gotta go get a shower for work. I was gonna make a video yesterday on these molds, but they got delayed and they didn't come in until today. So I'm actually just going to show a video on the molds real quick. What I have here, I just remelted some. I had some black and flipping blue. I remelted that down, and I'm just going to add some. See if I can angle you. There we go. I'm just going to add some of this sapphire blue powder to this side just to make it, you know, stand out a little bit more. Not that it really needs it, but you know, it's not gonna hurt anything. I kind of like how that, you know, that sapphire blue pearl, you know, pops and makes the blue look. I'll get this mixed up, and then I'll probably have to warm them both back up a little bit more. Now at first I thought about making a, you know, a fresh color real quick, but I was running out of time tonight, you know, so it really threw me off, and I wanted to get a video out tonight, so that's why, yeah, I'll have to warm both of them back up a little bit. But anyway, give you an update real quick. I got a couple. It's the same bait, but you know, I always try to order multiple molds. So I got 2 new molds here. I got more supposed to be coming. I bought a couple used ones from a guy that was supposed to be here yesterday also, and they it just says arriving late. It ain't got no update since it left, so hopefully hopefully the United States Postal Service didn't lose it, because they are bad about losing stuff. Anyway, so we're gonna make just some black and blue crawls real quick, and then I'll pull them out and I'll go in more detail on the mold. All right, let's check these temperatures. Alright, let's see what we got here. That's actually not bad. They're within about 4 degrees of each other, and that is pretty good. Let me get this angled. I got my tripod set up where I can try to go a little bit higher and maybe give you a different, you know, viewpoint. It might help, it might not. All right. I'm still playing with this these molds a little bit. Anytime you get new molds, sometimes you gotta experiment with them and see what temperature does the best, what you know, what how quick to shoot. I found that these shoot better if you, well, I've only ran a couple of runs through them, so it ain't like I'm a pro at it yet, getting them perfectly dialed in, but from what I can see so far, they like to be shot a little bit, you know, kind of a medium to a medium fast, you know, not just straight slam it. Let me always remember, top them off, because if it sucks down to past the bait, you'll have, you know, you'll have a hollow cavity in those top baits. All right, man, that's a good looking blue. Okay, and while let me angle you back, try not to make you dizzy. While I'm cleaning this up, I'll talk to you a little bit. I actually was doing a video yesterday anyway, since I got a email notification letting me know that the molds were going to be delayed. I figured I'd you know, go fishing, and I almost didn't go just because the weather had changed overnight. We had a full moon, and then we had a little cold snap hit. It wasn't freezing, you know, it ain't like that, but I mean, it was probably a 20+ degree, 20, 25 at least. Well, shit, we've been running in the 70s, you know, mid 70s at night, and in the morning, and then we had a morning that was about 50 degrees, which that makes a difference. So I started not to even go, but anyway, I ended up going, and within the first 20 minutes I caught 2 fish. I got one of the hook sets on camera actually. I guess I got a good view. I had it on my hat, and I haven't looked back yet to see if it was a good view, but anyway, I got one of them on camera. I would have got the next one if I would have left the camera on, but I really didn't expect to hit the you know, I really didn't expect to get a second one that fast. I was mainly trying to hit a couple of good hot spots that I knew about, and before I got to that second spot that I wanted to hit, I lucked up and got another one, but I turned the camera on real quick and showed it. But anyway, I would have uploaded that video last night, but there was not enough footage. What I mean by that is all day I only caught like 3 fish. I missed a couple, but them first 2, I got out there about 9:20 or somewhere in there, you know, and them first 2, I mean, was less than 20 minutes. I caught them 2. From that, it took me about 3.5 hours close to 4 hours before I caught the next one. I mean, I went 2 hours without even a single bite or seeing anything, so the bite was extremely slow. But anyway, I did turn the camera back on just to show you the last one I caught. Talked to you a minute and said if I caught another one I'd show you. Well, that was the last one. I stayed probably another hour or 2 after that, mainly just looking at some new water that I hadn't explored yet, and I had a couple blow up on it, and like, you can tell the difference between ones that really want it and ones that just want to short strike and hit at it, you know, really don't want it. So anyway, I'm gonna actually include that little bit of video footage at the end of this video, so when I'm done filming here, just stay tuned, and there'll be, I don't know how long it is, hell, it might be long, I don't know. I figure it shouldn't be more than about damn 15 minutes at the most, but anyway, because I started talking a little bit, imagine that. But anyway, let's turn this around where we can see, and you know, I always label my molds. All right, and here we are. Try to get where you can see it. This is the new, well, it's new to me. I know Ultra Molds has had it for a while, and I've looked at it, but this is they got a bunch of different sizes, but I wanted to go with what was the most common size that I personally use and would sell. This is a 3.75. You know, I love the body profile. It's flat on the bottom, a little bit wide right there. It's got a little indentation for your hook point. I honestly really like this bait. It shoots really good. It's got a real good action in the water. You know, it ain't quite like the speed crawl. You know, the speed crawl is smaller right here and turns up real sharp. This one right here has a lot wider, I guess a more aggressive, you know, flopping profile on the claws, you know, so I love that a lot. But the mold. They done a great job on this. I actually had posted a couple of pictures on my Facebook page a few minutes ago about of these baits. Man, that's just beautiful. But and I had got a new, a couple new molds, and that's the messages I just got. Somebody was asking about it, and another person commented asking if I wanted to buy. They got some single cavities. Honestly, no. If they were a multi-cavity, I'd buy them quick. But I don't want, he got 5 of them for sale, and 5 single cavities. I mean, if the price point was right, don't get me wrong, I might would, but I wasn't even gonna ask. Just because I'd honestly prefer to stick with multi cavities. I only ordered 2 of these molds to begin with. They are expensive. Ultra molds, they don't give their stuff away, but I do like those molds, and I'll probably buy 2 more of them later on. The turnaround time was actually surprisingly fast. From time of ordering to time of shipping was about maybe a week and a half, and so total time roughly about 2 weeks from the time I ordered to them showing up today. So that ain't bad at all. I'm hoping the I'm on the list for the Shooting Star. I'm hoping that they'll start production on that soon, because I'm excited to get that system and play with it a little bit and see how it does. And sometimes you'll see me slowly heat up like this and shake it around. A lot of times, if I got time, and I still got a few minutes, if I got time, I'll try to slowly heat it up instead of just rush heating it. Now if I'm really crunched on time, or I'm trying to do orders real fast, I know about about how long it takes to warm up. You'll get used to, if you got 2 cups this size right here and they're a certain temperature, I mean, you'll get used to how long it takes to heat it back up, 30 more degrees. All right, let's do this. We're gonna do one more little run. Actually, instead I want to try out the I want to try it out with the blending block and see. I don't know if this is it might look like crap. Every mold does different, and in my opinion, the beast of the blending block so far has been the Ecto Craw. I mean, that thing is a beast. So we'll see how that looks. It might look like crap, and it might not. I mean, it might be one of the best things I've shot. It's hard to tell. Like I say, every mold is different when it comes to the blending block. Like for example, my H-Craw mold, it does okay. Because of how it's designed, it's it does good if you milk the cow and do a swirl effect that way, but straight up blending block, it don't do quite as good. But that Ecto Craw is that Ecto Craw is like I say, that's probably the best in my opinion that I've tried out for the blending block. And I see people, and I've saw people say the Stinger mold, from England AI was the best, and I had a couple of them molds, and I've done them with the blending block, and I mean they done all right. They would, it just all depends on the color also. They done all right, but it's honestly hard to beat the Ecto Craw. That's probably one of my favorite baits when it comes to making something kind of unique with a swirl effect. I mean, it really does good. But now if you actually go through the hassle of you know, milking the cow, man, you can get some amazing looking baits, you know, doing that effect. It's just slow. This right here will be done in just a second. We'll look at it, do a couple more minutes of talking, then we're going to end this. And look at this. If I hadn't had the fishing that I'm going to include in this video would have been under 20 minutes, because I'm basically done, and that is rare. The likelihood of me getting a video under 30 minutes most of the time is slim to none, because as you can tell, I start running my mouth. And you know what's funny about that is most people that know me, they say I'm not a people person because I don't like talking to people that much, and that ain't necessarily true. You know, I enjoy talking, I'll run my mouth, but we got to be talking about something that I give a damn about. Now if we talking about, you know, politics or damn hunting or stuff like that, you know, you might as well be speaking down a foreign language to me. But if you talking about something I enjoy, I'll stand and talk with you all day long. You know, I don't mind. Give that a few more seconds. I'll go ahead and turn these fans off, and we are gonna, while that's sitting, we're at 16-minute mark. I'll show you a couple that I these are the colors I did earlier when I was trying it out. Let me turn this light on. These are the colors I ran earlier when I was trying it out. That was their color. I really love that color. I actually call it honey craw. It's it was one of them colors I made that it's actually the sprues off of the what was that, the sun gill, and I mixed that, the sprues from the sun gill, I mixed with root beer craw, and it just turns into a kind of like a real honey glaze color. I mean, it's really nice. Then I done some of these. This is a lime truce with trying to see if you can, with a smoke purple. Beautiful. I actually I made these, and I got these up in an auction, but I got me some extra ones I made, and those are for me to fish with. Anytime I do stuff like that, I always make extras just for me. All right, let's see if this is worthy or this is just garbage. Oh, not bad. I mean, I like the regular, and you can see because of the black, it's got a real good swirl effect. Let me see if I can. It's got a real good swirl effect, but it's, you can see where the blue gets lost a little bit because it's swirling with black. But man, I actually like that. I think it swirls really good. But yeah, this is a pretty cool craw. You know, it's labeled as the crazy craw. I'll just leave that name because I mean, hell, it sounds pretty good. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna play with this one more, and I believe I'm gonna catch some decent fish on that one. But give you another look at it. And they have this bait. They have those molds. I believe they have it in a 1 3/4, a 2 1/4, or 2 1/2, or something. I mean, they got several different sizes, you know. But anyway, there we go. Yeah, it actually swirled better than I expected. You know, that's pretty good. I got an auction going on right now, and honestly, I'll probably include a few of them, you know, just for extras. I always try to give, you know, extra baits in my auctions. I try to. Now, there's a lot of times people are, you know, don't want to bid, and if I got an auction that goes real cheap and I'm losing money, no, you better believe I'm not gonna throw anything extra in there. You know, not when I got an auction that I barely able to cover shipping. No, I can't just give no free crap away that way. But anyway, we're fixing to end this. We're right here at the 20-minute mark. If you have any questions, hit me up. You can always hit me up on my Facebook under Tall Tales Custom Tackles. You can hit me up on my personal account, Eric Gilly. Jump over to Instagram. You know, you can look me up there under Tall Tales Custom Tackles. You know, share it with your friends. Share it on your social media. We're growing fast. Last I checked, we were at 590. So we're growing pretty good. I'm gonna have a little bit more content coming up. I know I've been slacking. I've had a couple of people request wanting to see more of the open pour. I'm gonna get to it one day. I've just, man, life happens. You know, you get started doing so much. And like right now, you know, I got 8 more nights to go. You know, I'm on my 9-day work stretch. So this will probably be the last video for several days. Anyway, I'm gonna just stay tuned. I'm gonna include that little bit of fishing footage, and hopefully this ain't too long and don't bore you. But if you like it, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you hit that notification bell and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to it. Share it. You know, get the word out. And we do appreciate every single one of you that you know, watches the video, comments. You know, everybody that participates. All right, thank you. All right, I'm gonna try to ease into a little spot over here that I usually do pretty good here. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning, but anyway, there's a little spot right over here that it's usually pretty productive. About 90, probably at least 90% of the time that I ease in here, I'm able to get a bite. It's not every time, but it's most of the time. It's full moon, and we got a little cold snap this morning. It's actually a lot cooler than what it has been the last several mornings, so I'm hoping that don't affect anything. But in about another month or so, this whole area be all growed up, and you'll only have one little spot about maybe 6-8 feet wide that's open. But then I want to try out this new, I got a new reel and rod. I want to try it out. Let it drop down in there. This might be one of the mornings where nothing will be there, but usually I can get a bite right here. But that don't always mean it's gonna happen. But like I say, about 90% of the time I can usually pull a bite out of this little spot. I was hoping it would be one laying there this morning, but you can catch all of them out a little, you know, even though I release them every time. I mean, hell, if there it goes. Oh damn, that was a terrible little. All right, there he is. There he is. Make sure this thing's recording. Oh yeah, on the old ecto crawl. I see one of them triple injection colors. Yeah, a little bass, but that's why I say usually that spot I'm always able to get, you know, like I say, about 90% of the time. It ain't always 100, but about 90% of the time I'm able to get a bite out of there. one day last year, me and my dad came in here and we angled the boat in here, and we both cast out at the same time, and we end up getting a damn double right here in this one little hole. And I mean, that's pretty good. Anytime you can get a double like that in one little spot is pretty cool. But we've only done it one time here in this. Like I say, it's right off the main boat trail. I just happened to stop here one day a couple years ago, and it you know, it was later in the summer and it was growed up, you know, growed up pretty good, and it had one little open hole, so I eased in here, and I mean, I just tossed over that little hole, and one came out and drilled it, and I'm like, well, damn. So I went on and done some fishing. I come back by, I said, you know, I'm gonna stop in this little hole one more time and see what happens. And sure enough, bam, another one happened to grab it. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and pause the video, and I'm gonna ease around. There's a couple other little spots that are pretty decent about catching a fish on, so I'll turn the camera on back when I get around there, or if between here and there I happen to luck in and get one. Being that the weather changed so much between like the rest of the week to this morning, I'm actually surprised that one bit. That might be the only one today, but we'll see. Anyway, if I get any more footage, I'll come back. All right, that's a better one. I actually was in one of the other areas that well, the area I was going to turn the camera back on was about 30-40 yards that way, but hell, that's a nice one. Top dead center, that's the way you want to hook them. But hell, that's a nice bass right there. But I might leave the camera on for a minute. I mean, like I say, the spot where I was actually going to turn the camera back on is about 40 or so yards up. That cast right there actually wouldn't even, the cast I was going to try to make when I caught that one was a mess up. The wind is blowing and it's catching my, yeah. With braid, sometimes you gotta be careful, because it'll definitely pull the line and the spool when you set the hook hard. I ain't gonna get all that out because it's pulled down in there pretty good. But anyway, and it's a little bit, this is a 50-pound braid I'm running on this one. I don't use braid too often, but in here sometimes it's necessary. This is another one of those spots that it'll be all growed up, and there'll just be this one little open hole right there in front of us. Be an open hole there, an open hole up here, and then through there be a couple of open holes just throughout. I'm gonna try to ease up there. Usually you'll see activity up here in this hole. There's that other spot where that braid is dug up in the spool a little bit. I was hoping I would have got that a while ago out. Now that 65-pound test I run on my other reel don't dig in near as bad because it's a thicker diameter. It's like the diameter of a 17-18-pound test. This right here, this 50, is like the diameter of a between a 12 to a 14, and it will definitely, if you set the hook hard or fight real hard, this thinner diameter will definitely pull up in the spool. But I mean, that's part of it. I mean, you get in situations where you need braid, especially out here. Ease up a little bit. Now I'm only going to keep the camera on for a couple minutes. If we don't get one in this hole, then I'll turn it off until I get around to another. 'Cause I ain't trying to make this video way too damn long. I intended on making a video today on a new mold that was supposed to come in, but UPS actually updated their tracking, and instead of today, it'll be tomorrow. What it says it's running a day behind, which I mean, I should be used to that by now, because everything, you know, everything gets delayed this day and time with how everything is. So I mean, I should be used to that. But usually this is another one of them holes, and this one ain't near as productive as that first one, but this is one of those holes that usually about, I would say probably 50% of the time, want to come out from under this stuff and try to kill it. But there's all kind of, if you look right there, there's a log going on. I mean, there's all kind of debris. These holes right here, I don't always come through here, but some day, because where I originally want to put in this morning, where I originally want to start at is a couple miles on the other side of the lake, but I wanted to hit some of this area before I go all the way around. I mean, this is nice water, and it's still early in the morning. Like I say, it was about 9 o'clock somewhere in there when I put in, so hell, I don't know, it's probably 9:20 or so. I've only been out here maybe a total from the time putting in to coming right here, I've only been out here about 20-25 minutes total, you know. And hell, it was a 10-minute run, well, 10-15 minute run from the landing to where I started at. But anyway, I'm gonna shut the camera down and I'm gonna get through here. There's a couple other spots I want to work back here, and if I catch another one, I'll turn you back on. All right, this is a pretty nice one. Choked it way down there, lizard. It has been a long time. Anyway, let me put this on my hat, and bear with me a second and I'll talk to you why. All right, this one went after I saw this one bust about a minute and a half ago. I was way across. Oh man, he got it good. He wasn't getting off, but Jesus, come on, I might have to get my pliers. All right, whew, that's a good one though. He was aggressive. But anyway, I since them two I caught this morning, about the first 20 minutes, I mean, I caught them first two in probably a 20-30 minute span. It has been, oh damn it, I don't want to lose my hat. It has been probably let's see, it's probably been 4 hours since then, and I've covered a lot of water. I've had a few hits, but none of them really acting like they wanted it. You know, they just really, I think first thing this morning, if I could have got out here a little bit earlier, I might have could have done a little better. They might turn on this afternoon. It's already after 2 o'clock now. I mean, I don't know exactly what time it is, but anyway, I've never been in this area before. There's a little cut way back there that was barely wide enough for me to get my boat through, and once I got through it, and see if I can show you, and went through a bunch of cypress trees, it opened up to a pretty good size area. It still got more to go. I haven't I'm just trying to explore around. This is one of those places that has a lot of bear with me a second, I gotta tighten this strap up on my hat. If not, I'm gonna lose my GoPro. All right, but this is one of those places, you know, that you can find a lot of water that nobody really fishes, but sometimes it's just been able to get through there. I mean, there's basically a boat lane that runs all the way around, and you know, it's just woods on both sides. But like I say, there was a gap big enough I could squeeze my boat through, and I said, well, let me just, I'll try it. And I've been in here for a while. I got a couple of hits back there, but it has been real slow. Like I say, I saw this one act up a couple of minutes ago, and I threw over there, and man, he just drilled it. I mean, I was surprised. Now I saw activity when I first came in here. Damn, there's a lot of bait fish. There was a lot of activity earlier, about 100 yards back from a big one that just real skittish, but just making a hell of a wake. When they skittish like that, a lot of times you might as well just back off, because they ain't gonna hit. I did find while I was coming through out here, I found 2 real good sand, you know, if you can, I don't know if you can tell, but this bottom is dirty. It takes them a lot of work to get a bed, but I found 2 beds. They wasn't nothing on them, but that shows they've been in here. But anyway, I'm not gonna keep this camera running just because I might go another, you know, I'm not gonna stay out here too much longer, or I say that. It depends on how much more open water there is. But I'm gonna mess around out here a little while before I leave out. I just mainly wanted to see if there was you know, some water I haven't explored yet out here. And there's still a lot more than this that's towards the middle. I started to go that way, but I decided to kick up in here. Anyway, if I get another one, I'll let you know. If it's anything like it's been, it might be 4 hours to the next one. I'm not gonna stay that long. But anyway, so we got 3. For a rough day like this, I get, you know, it's not a failure. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and stop this. If we don't get another one, then what I'll actually do, I'll probably just add this to my next video, because I got some molds that's supposed to be here tomorrow. So if they come in, then I'll just actually add this to it. So it might be a 2-in-1 video. So anyway, we'll see.